Member for Lower Florida West to make his statement to the Assembly. Honorable Member.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I rise to address the recent alarming increased killing and murder in accordance with the Standing Order 51-1. It is imperative for the honorable members of this National Assembly to urgently address this matter of concerning and poses a significant threat to the safety and security of all properties are being endangered on a daily basis, as amplified by the following incident. The tragic murder case of a 20-year-old British woman on February 20, 2024, where the body was discovered in a building stolen from her residence. Apprehended by the police force. In New Joshua, a man reportedly of Senegalese nationality and a drummer by profession allegedly killed his evade arrest. However, the police are said to be diligently pursuing in connection with the shooting incident at Ali Siddiq, a Mauritanian businessman. Moreover, Siniala Johnson, a 46-year-old Liberian woman, was allegedly killed on Sunday, 21st January 2024 in an incomplete building in Kerseri. Lastly, a 53-year-old resident of Sanchaba Sule Job was arrested on the 29th of February 2024 by the Senegambia police, found in possession of suspected AK-47 rifle, D2 rifle, and a bottle of pepper spray, which seated by the roadside. These are but some of the reports that I am able to gather on the recent wave killing incident. Infamously apprehended against innocent lives, while I use the opportunity to commend the commendable effort of the Gambia Police Force in swiftly apprehending suspects or investigating this incident. It is evident further that actions required from the National Assembly to ensure the safety and security of our populate and their belongings. Therefore, in the light of this distressing development, I urge the National Assembly to come up with a resolution, strong work for that matter, that will prioritize the implementation of robust policies aimed at enhancing public safety and restoring trust not only in our justice system, but also in the law we take. On this basis, I submit the following recommendations for your considerations and action. First, let's strengthen law enforcement by allocating resources to enhance police capacity, improve response time, and support community policing initiatives. 2, implementing proactive crime prevention measures, such as neighborhood watch programs, public awareness campaigns, and initiatives targeting at-risk youth. 3, reviewing and streamlining judiciary process to expedite trials and ensure swift justice for victims. Fostering partnership among government agencies, civil society organizations, and international partners to combat organized crime and address the root cause of violence. 5, in expanding the access to counseling, legal aid and financial assistance for victims and their family through comprehensive victim support services. Honorable Speaker, and my esteemed distinguished colleagues, allow me to finally submit to all of you, to all of us, that as we elected representative of the Gambian people, it is incumbent upon us to act decisively and swiftly in the interest of our nation, and it is head-on safeguarding the fundamental rights, safety of every Gambian. For in a society where even one citizen faces danger, none of us can claim true security. It is through our collective effort and unwavering resolve that we can foster a safe and more just society for all. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Lower Florida West. Honorable members, the floor is open for honorable members who may want to take part in the to make their statements.
Motion.
Somebody is shouting something. Yes, honorable member for Bakau.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, with your permission, I want to rise on a motion 53K. Motion without notice.
Member, under 53K, yes, may I hear you?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much for giving me the floor.
And usually, these type of motions, how do I determine to know that it's of this thing when I don't know it?
Unless you give me a chance to hear from me.
No need. Go ahead with the motion.
Yeah,
Let me hear your motion.
Yes, thank you very much for giving me the floor. Honorable Speaker, we are about to debate on serious bills. On that note, I want to appeal to honorable members for us to avoid having debate on the matter of the day. Honorable Speaker, for us to go into serious business and avoid having.
Members have been crying over here about murder. And two, I think we can go ahead and then have the member has not more than 3 minutes, and the whole period is 30 minutes. And the screen is not working, but at the end of 3 minutes, if it does not, I will call your attention. Honorable Member for All Yundum.
Lower Florida, rather, for bringing. I'll be very brief though, but I just wanted to. I think we have to do away with the blame game now. In our country, together. There were current, announcements. We acknowledge that fact. But of course, the blame game needs to shift. We need to start taking up our responsibilities as members of parliament. We allocate resources for government to operate. When we say the police don't have enough resources to operate, that becomes our fault. There was not a time that we have a budget in this National Assembly, and all of us stand to say if there is no enough allocation for interior, the police and the securities, the budget would not pass. Nobody has ever done that here. I am taking this thing in a positive way. I think it is our responsibility and stop the blame game. We can talk, we will be counting killings in this country because they did not have the resources and we are not giving them the resources. So we come to chambers here and tell the people that government needs to take their responsibility. What are we saying? I think we have to start shifting the game. It is our responsibility to tell the government that we want to give resources to the police so that they can do what they are supposed to do. We are not doing that. So I think it is our responsibility. I just wanted to take this security. It's not in line, but it's our responsibility. We cannot blame citizens. We cannot blame the government. Let's allocate resources for the police, and let's see whether the government will not.
Thank you, the leader.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, serious matter, if it has come to the attention of the National Assembly, and what the Honorable Member is merely calling us, action is required from the National Assembly to ensure safety and security of our populace. Nobody is affected as far as that is concerned. Nobody is safe. Do the needful, just like what we did to the other matter of the day that was later the matter and concern to the relevant committee, defense and security, to make sure they are engaged to alleviate the fear of the populace. Having said so, I will not agree with the previous speaker that in a struggling economy, allocation of funds, the National Assembly can be blamed. We are only drawing the attention that we need to look into the situation of the mobility situation of the police force, and that cannot be solved on the National Assembly. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minority Leader and Member for Brikama North. I now invite the Honorable Member for Upper Flood West.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. First of all, I think I would like to thank the National Honorable Member for Lower Fuladu for bringing this matter as the matter, or this topic as the matter of the day, that is escalating crime rates in the Gambia. Well, I think this topic is very, very important because Gambia is part of the world, and then Gambia cannot be an island. And then, as you all know, security is very, very paramount to life, just like the way health is paramount to life. So I think, for me, the little that I want to emphasize as far as this matter of the day is concerned, I think it should be a concerted effort that is from all Gambians, that if we want to see a peaceful Gambia, if we want to see a well-secured Gambia, each and every Gambian must be ready to be a police officer, just like if you go to other countries. But there are people living in these countries who will be harboring criminals. So at the end of the day, those criminals will go out there to do whatsoever what they want to do. So at the end of the day, the blame game will continue. We know there are lack of resources. No one can dispute that. But the government is doing its utmost best to make sure that the security is a grant as far as this country is concerned. So for me, all criminal cases to the police, and also all those criminals who are that would serve as a deterrent for others not to do, these things in this country, because we all know what is happening in this country. A lot of stealings, a lot of, killings happening in this country. And then remember, those people who are doing these things in this country, they are harbored by we, the Gambians. So we have to be security officers. Every Gambian must be a security officer. If you want this country to be secured, if you want this country to be safe, because Gambia is the smiling country.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Upper Flood West. I now invite the Honorable Member for Kiang West.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. This is a serious matter that requires serious national discussion. Honorable Speaker, one thing is certain, that we must stop shifting responsibility and blame to the other. We have institutions in the country. Each institution has a mandate and a responsibility. And in discharge of that responsibility, we allocate resources to you as members of parliament. Members of parliament, we allocate resources. A budget is drafted, appropriation is drafted in the cabinet. In 2023 appropriation, an allocation of millions of dollars, more than 10 million was allocated for vehicles, for police in this country. Do we know which vehicle was it bought for? Can we be given the report about that? On 2024, another allocation was made in this very parliament. This is the role of the parliament. This is what the parliament is supposed to do. There is no single ministry or institution that has enough resources during budget allocation. Tell me one institution. You can cite me one institution that has the resource allocation enough for their institution during the budget cycle. There is none in the country. Honorable Speaker, on the 1st of March 2024, this year, a serious armed robbery happens in my constituency here in Keneba, where 2 bureaus were attacked and the monies were taken from those institutions. A vehicle was taken from MRC, Medical Research Institute, and the police could not chase or apprehend those suspects at the spot of the robbery because they don't have resources, they don't have vehicle. You want to shift that blame back to the National Assembly for that? That's unfair. Let the executive take the responsibility of security of the country. This is what the executive is supposed to do. This is what every executive or every serious member of the executive is supposed to do. But to tell us National Assembly is supposed to do this, X supposed to do that one. Do we think the security or the security sector reform is about protecting the president and giving security to the ministers? Each of them has ministers in the have to have securities. But the security are their residents. But for us, with our mothers, to me, it's unacceptable. Nobody can take that. If you talk about insecurity of a country, it does not just mean people going to kill and armed robberies. We have recently seen here in this country, a citizen of the court justified him. He was vindicated by the court. Is that because of we don't? The executive must take the responsibility.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Kiang West. I now invite the Honorable Member for Fonyi Jarol.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And then may I also thank the Honorable that brought the matter of the index. That is the level of crime in the country. You look at it, it's at 67.24%, which is very high. People using and are dealing with drugs. You look at that crime also, it's at 62.5. And theft cases is at 70%. Assault and robbery is at 54.17, that is moderate. Corruption and bribery, 85.3, very high. In general, you look at what is happening in the country. Well, the first thing that we have done for ourselves is neglecting our security forces. We have stripped the powers of our securities to almost, I'll call it 0%. Today, we are feeling the pain. We are out to blame ourselves or blame government or blame whosoever. But we are responsible of what is happening in this country. Our security is not under our hands. Our security is under the foreign security, where we are not protected. So we have to recognize the efforts of our security by empowering them, by giving them what they need. Because today, being in the security service It's just like maybe they don't have any other option or no other opportunity to leave the service. We all know what is happening there in terms of their wages, in terms of their, what would I even call salaries, in terms of their benefits, house rents, and other things. People today enlist themselves into the security as a result of probably there is no job opportunities for them. If not, our security will almost be empty. Everyone will decide to leave the security field. So we have to recognize it, because today we are paying a heavy price on security. Every day there is death or a murder case, either reported or unreported. So everything that is happening here, I am going to blame ourselves in the name of what? Democracy. That sometimes we operate like there are no laws in this country. We have to empower our securities by giving them what they need. It's not about talking, it's time for action. And then we have to implement what our laws are. We cannot be writing good laws in our books just only to satisfy or just to be closed. We have to make sure laws are implemented. That's why we are here to make laws. Any law that we feel is a bad law, let us just remove it. But we can't put laws there and we ignore them in the name of democracy. When
Thank you, Honorable Member for Fonyi Jarol. I now invite the Honorable Member for Banjul South.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and thank you very much for the mover of this statement of the day. I was very shocked when I had the member for Basses try to defer this, because couple of years ago, member of Bakau, I said Bakau, couple of years ago, a lady very close to mine was brutally killed, murdered in her home in his constituency, and I think he is very aware of that. Honorable Speaker, I think, first of all, we should address these matters constitutionally, because somebody mentioned, and I was very happy when the Honorable Member for Opofuladu said that we should not harbor criminals. Not harboring criminals also includes giving mercy to criminals that have raped. Look at Section 82.
What is the problem? Huh?
It's back.
Okay, can you go ahead, please?
Thank you. So you need to start. I think we need to look at Section 82, prerogative of mercy, because all women were, we were disheartened when the president gave mercy. Look at Section 82. I think this August Assembly must look into it and try to reduce the powers given. With your permission, 82(1) says that, and A says that he can grant to any person convicted of any offense. Mr. Speaker, I think that is very serious. It means that you can kill today, be sentenced for life, and the president can choose to give you that mercy. So I think it starts from us. I agree when Honorable Member for can be on us, but unfortunately, I do not agree when he said it's about the budget. I think the blame is about making good laws that to the executive. Thank you very much. That is my concern. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Banjul South. I now invite the Honorable Member for Banjul North.
It is not easy to talk last, but notwithstanding, I think the member for Banjul South have already spoken my mind. But in that regards, understanding that in progressive Gambia, we must enhance our security sector. And I am happy that a member from the majority side came up with such a matter of the day, which is indeed a very big concern. And also going extra miles, giving us or providing us with evidence, because that is what is expected of us. We are here to make sure that we give information to the parliament that are very genuine and based on research, so that at the end of the day we can make informed choice or informed decision.
On that note, I thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Combo East, and let me thank all honorable members for your participation, especially the Honorable Member for Lower Fuladu West. I think this is a very important issue. I want to believe that the Honorable Member for Brikama North and Minority Leader in his contributions suggested a few things, just like the other matters of the day that we had dealt with. I think the Defense and Security Committee will look into this and probably engage the relevant authorities. And please give Parliament feedback on whatever development that Parliament can do or can make recommendations or resolutions.
And the Human Rights Committee.
Pardon?
And the Human Rights Committee, we recommended some, and the Human Rights Committee, because we recommended some amendments in the Constitution as well.
All right, what we can then do is, we will then refer the matter to the ABC committee. They will make referrals to the relevant committees. All right. Once again, I want to thank everybody. Clerk, may we proceed now?
Bills, Order 66, second reading. Second reading of the Gambia Legal Metrology Bill 2023 by the Honorable Minister for Trade, Industry, Regional Integration and Employment.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, you will recall that the first reading of the Gambia Legal Metrology Bill 2023 was done on Monday, 4th March 2024, and today is appointed for the second reading in accordance with Standing Order 66-2. In pursuant to Order 67 of the Honorable Minister for Trade, Industry, Integration and Employment to move a motion for the second reading titled the Gambia Legal Metrology Bill 2023. Honorable Minister, please.
Bill 2024 be read for the second time. Honorable Speaker, seeks to repeal the existing Weights and Measures Act of 1977, the drafting of the in science and technology in the areas of measuring devices, and to address challenges posed by these Weights and Measures Rules of 1979, legal metrology in regulating measurements, not only in measuring devices used in health, safety, law enforcement, and environment management. The bill will therefore instill fair play in the utilization and application of metrology equipment during consumers get their money's worth of goods and commodities in trade transactions. It will thus facilitate the Gambia's participation in regional and international trade. The Legal Metrology Bill to replace the current Weights and Measures Act of 1977 was supported. Bill was developed by an international consultant after a thorough bureau, the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Environment, National Committee. In addition, the initial bill was subjected to and a final draft was submitted to the Ministry of Justice for review and legal scrubbing. Also worked closely with the Weights and Measures Bureau and the Gambia Standards Bureau during the drafting. Weights and Measures also worked and agreed on the need to merge weights to strengthen capacity for effective enforcement of legal measures such as Ghana, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, and South Africa. Honorable Speaker, the main objective of the bill is to ensure that consumers enjoy value for money in trade by strengthening national weights and measures systems. Too often, consumers purchase goods, example rice, sugar, and cement, that are less than the weight assigned to those goods. This bill is designed, therefore, to modernize the Weights and Measures Act of 1977 and strengthen the institutional capacity of the institution for effective enforcement of legal metrology in the Gambia. Technological change facilitated the development of a wide range of new measuring instruments and processes and a massive expansion in the scope of metrology. The current Weights and Measures Act has gaps in the sense that, apart from trade, it does not cover the regulation of measurement instruments or measuring instruments used in law enforcement, health and safety, and environment. The bill will therefore help address these gaps to complement traceability and ensure confidence in the integrity of the national measurement system. The drafting of the bill has been very consultative and participatory and does emerge national consensus to merge the Weights and Measures Bureau with the Gambia Standards Bureau. Once the bill is passed into law, Honorable Speaker, legal metrology issues will be administered by the Gambia Standards Bureau under its Department of Legal Metrology. The amalgamation of Weights and Measures Bureau with the Gambia Standards Bureau will enable the Legal Metrology Department to leverage on the strength of the Gambia Standards Bureau, particularly on the verification of its measurement standards, technical staff to support its work. The new Act will also enable the Bureau to mobilize more domestic resources through the registration, certification, and licensing of numerous users of measuring devices, as well as verification of measuring devices regulated under the Act. This will funding its activities, hire more competent staff, expand its presence, the effective enforcement of legal metrology throughout the country. This is in line with for better efficiency and sustainability. Weights and Measures as regulatory body often merged with standards bureaus to help strengthen the bureau as it can raise the necessary capacity building of both institutions. This is because the resources base of Standards Bureau is limited, as the standards are often voluntary and sales of standards does not attract much money despite expenses associated with standards development. The bill, Honorable Speaker, will help in trade, law enforcement, health and safety, and management. It will also grant type approval of measuring instruments as well as use and maintain measuring instruments in trade, law enforcement, health and safety, and measurement standards and regional legal metrology measurement standards at the regional level respect under the new Act. The bill thus requires all measuring devices for treatment to be inspected and tested before they are taken into use. In Weights and Measures to be attracting more professional staff and scales. Institutional arrangements for the administration of the new Act. The new Act will Bureau the overall administration of both the legal metrology and would retain the name as it is. With the merger, the Gambia Standards Bureau would now be responsible for if the bill passes. With the new arrangement, the Weights and Measures Bureau would now be called Department of Legal Metrology to protect the general public from the consequences of false measurements made in trade, law enforcement, health and safety. Also grant type approval of measuring instruments as well as issue licenses to manufacture enforcement, health and safety, and environment management. Once the new Act comes into force, the Gambia notice every year the list of measuring instruments that will require verification, certified or recertified. The Bureau will also charge and collect fees for services in charge to cover the cost incurred in respect of the verification, testing, adjustment, in accordance with a tariff of fees and charges prescribed. In addition, the bill will certify all persons employed or directly involved in the business of repairing or adjusting prescribed measuring devices by the Bureau before rendering such services. I beg to move, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, any honorable member for Brikama North and Minority Leader.
Speaker, Honorable Speaker, Legal Metrology Bill 2024. I rise to second the motion, Honorable Speaker, and having surrounding the bill that is non-controversial would not take much of the time of the National Assembly. Honorable Speaker, as it entails in the Minister advanced that it seeks to repeal the Weight and Measures Act of 1990, the Standards of Weight and Measures Rules of 1979, that some sections of those acts were not serving the purpose, and therefore with this and the measuring, when this is done, will enhance our trading as far as measures are concerned and weight at the buckets and regularize. To do justice, Honorable Speaker, I suggest the bill be committed to the ABC for committal to the relevant committee on the basis of the technicality that are attached to, so that at the consideration stage of the committee report surrounding the bill. On that note, Honorable Speaker, I thank you. The motion, well, if you do allow, and also I can equally move another motion. That is relevant committee or committees. Thank you.
Is it